Welcome to Rock and Rescue. I'm Marla Valentine.
And I'm Julie Chaloni, and welcome aboard.
Please read and acknowledge the consent and waiver forms before your first volunteer experience. If you are under the age of 18 or are submitting an application for a child under the age of 18, please make sure that a parent or guardian acknowledges the consent and waiver on their behalf. Also, please remember, anyone under the age of 16 needs an approved volunteer to accompany them to all volunteer activities unless otherwise noted. You will begin to receive emails with volunteer opportunities. These are typically for our in-house transport and adoption days. Occasionally, we have other volunteer needs that will be communicated as needed. If you have any interest in helping with transporting our animals, helping with administrative duties, fundraising, or fostering, please reach out to us directly.
So welcome to our cat room. In this cat room is obviously all of our cats, and this is where a lot of the work is going to take place. First things first, volunteer log. Make sure you sign in.
Secondly, we have lots of signs all throughout the room. This one is just one of the many signs. Make sure to read the signs. Even on every one of our cages, there is some kind of sign. This one's indicating medical, with some medicine that we have to work with. It also might indicate that a cat, for example here, is very shy and might need some socialization, and we'll give you more instructions on that. Or we even might have someone who is right here nursing, so we might not want to immediately interrupt.
So it's very important that you seek out who the room supervisor is. It will be either Julie, myself, or it could be one of our experienced volunteers or one of our interns. The interns or the room supervisor will be able to guide you in what is needed in the room and who you can touch and who you should not touch. Always remember that in between cats, we must sanitize our hands. You will always find sanitizers around.
And
Here we have a big jug.
And you always sanitize between touching. So if I touch these little kittens here, and then I want to touch these kittens here, I got to keep going back to the hand sanitizer because we do not want to spread any kind of possible disease or any kind of little kitty colds between cats, and just for very good self-awareness and hygiene.
Always remember to read the signs on the cages, okay? For instance, on this thing, it says not clean. It may look clean, but it's not. So that means that this cage needs to be cleaned. One of our room supervisors would be happy to show you how to do that. Pieces of cardboard in between the cages, okay? This is not here for decoration. This is here for a reason. We use these to separate the cages so that the cats in one do not see the cats in the other.
It also prevents any kind of spread of disease or kitty sickness, and some cats do experience a lot of stress seeing one another. So if you want to see them being happier and healthier, please make sure not to move any of those cardboards.
When it comes to cleaning, you will always see a sign. So for instance, if you look up here, this says clean. After you clean and sanitize a cage, that cage must have a sign on it. If there is no sign on the cage and you're not sure what to do, like this one, ask a room supervisor.
Some cats, like Spot, are super friendly, and they're going to come running right over to you and come to play. Hi. And make sure that these cats, especially whether they're super friendly or not, always have a cage where they have lots of enrichment toys and fresh water with no dirt or any residue in it. If there is dirt and residue in the water, please take the entire dish, wash it out, and give fresh. Make sure there's at least some dry food in there that's also fresh, and so they always have a snack. Thank you, Spot.
Please ask before you take a cat out and let it roam on the ground. We sometimes have kitten hours where we will take 3 or 4 or 5 different cages and let everyone come and run. Other times, we will only take one cage out at a time. Some cats, such as Tilly, may seem wonderful and perfect, and you will think that she would get along with everyone, but guess what? Not all cats do. See? There you go, Tilly. Good girl. We love you, Tills. So, always make sure before you introduce Kat that you speak with someone.
Remember, these cats are under stress, so they might not be liking each other at the moment, but it doesn't mean they don't like other cats or dogs in any other home.
When we set up a cage, we always want to make sure that the cage, the shelving is sturdy. That is so important. So for instance, in this cage, if you open it up and you see, it's a beautiful setup. Someone did a great job, but unfortunately, the cat's going to come here and is going to go, oh no, I'm falling, poof, and is going to fall down, okay? So if you're not sure on how to set up a cage, please ask.
The same thing goes for the litter box. This cage is set up properly because look, if a cat steps on it this way or steps on it this way, it doesn't fall over. But if this one piece is missing, over it goes and there's litter everywhere. So make sure you know how to set up all these areas before you say that it's completely clean and ready to go. This, on the other hand, is done well. It's been tied here and tied here, so a cat cannot pull this off.
This little gentleman who's trying to come in is Diddy. Diddy will always be trying to come into this room. Diddy likes to eat what is left over in litter boxes, and he loves to go into cages and finish off the food. So Diddy in this room is a no-no. Bye, Diddy.
He will make it very hard for you to resist, though, and give you a very sad face.
So you can open the door and give him kisses every once in a while.
He's also completely deaf and partially blind, so just understand that he's pretty much adorable. Stop.
So thank you for visiting our cat room, and we look forward to meeting you. Just remember, these little ones are looking forward to meeting you too.
And this is why you're here, to save these precious lives.
Oh, and we have to get Spot in as well.